What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to episode 2 of Deck Doctor. If you haven't seen episode 1 yet, check it out in the link in the description below. We went over Melfi's and Salamangre's. Today, I am joined by my very trusted surgeon, Carl. Say hi.
Hello.
As soon as someone sent me in the Nekroz list, I knew who I had to call.
Ghostbusters.
So we have 2 Nekroz lists to go through, both sent in from Mario, but both are very, very different as well. So it will give everyone at home that wants to build Nekroz a couple of little tech ideas and a couple of little routes around. Carl is pretty much the Nekroz enthusiast amongst us. So he'll be able to offer more insight on this, which is why I have called him in for his expertise. As always, guys, if you like this type of video, please smash that like button and hit that notification bell. Every like you hit for the channel provides so much more support and makes us know you like these type of videos to keep them going. If you want us to review one of your deck lists and provide any spicy text or feedback, send them to us on our Facebook, Instagram, or private message, and we will be more than happy to do so on the next episode. With that out of the way, let's get through Mario's first Nekroz deck, and this one is Nekroz Dogmatika. So we'll start with the list of 2 Maximus, triple Ecclesia, 1 Philidius. Now, he actually called this Wolverine, and it made me laugh, because that's what I wanted to call it. So it has now officially been renamed to Dogmatika Wolverine. We've got the 1 Manju, the 1 Shurit, double Gamma, 1 Driver, triple Unicorn, double Brio, triple Class, double Trish, double Valk, single Gungnir, triple Rights, triple Nadir, 1 Reinforcement, triple Kaleidoscope, double Mirror, double Punishment, and a Jar of Avarice. Now, Carl, I already know the few bits in here that I'll be like, these need to change. What are your initial thoughts?
Taking deep breaths. I see what he's got planned, and it's very control-y, but there's odd bits that definitely could do with some work.
So what we're going to do on each episode is we're actually going to adapt it as we go. So, what would you take out for starters and why?
You already got the card highlighted. Yeah, it's even as a continuous trap, you wouldn't play it. It's too slow. It's not going to help you go, really. Not unless you're playing a turbo combo, wombo combo kind of variant, and even then it's a dead combo. So, Jar of Avarice.
Yep, so Jar of Avarice comes out. What else?
Kaleidoscope to 3. No, it's been. That was years ago that was a flex. That is not a thing. Unless you're playing loads of 12s, which you don't have a single 12 in your extra deck. There's no reason to have 3 Kaleidoscope.
Okay, so we're dropping Kaleidoscope down to 2.
Yep.
Mirror at 2. Happy with that?
Mirror at 2 in this build because he has 2 Trish, maybe. But I would believe he's playing 2 Trish as 1 to be utilised on the field and 1 to be a hand trap. So even then, I'd probably take Mirror down to 1 if you're using your Trish as a hand trap.
Okay. Now, gun is always a questionable one.
If you're playing control, yes, I'd keep the gun.
Okay. We'll leave Gungnir in there for the control.
Valk, however, not again.
Cut
control,
Valk to 1?
Yeah, I would, because on field, great, but you're really going to use it as in this version. You haven't got anything you want to get off the field, so you're going to use it as a hand trap.
Okay. Now the Gamma package. Now I get why it's being used, because technically you can drop the Gamma to protect your Nadir, protect your prep, protect the hand effect of Brio and the hand effect of Class. Would you keep it in? And I assuming if you would bump the Gamma up to 3.
Yeah, in the control version, where I feel like you need that first card to go off, then yes, I bump it up to 3.
Excellent. Now, the Dogmatika package. What are your thoughts on? I mean, Ecclesia is pretty staple. That makes sense. And to me, one Philidius at base, again, makes sense.
Yeah.
So, what are your thoughts on Wolverine and Maximus?
I like the fact that he's put Wolverine in. I definitely would consider testing this myself. But the Maximus, it's a one-off. It really should be a one-off.
I agree. I think Maximus is the only one that's of the big ones that should be at 2, in my opinion, is Philidius.
Yeah, exactly.
And even then, that's not a major stretch.
But that's why you got Wolverine now. You can recycle it, can't you?
Yep, exactly that.
And what's the level of Wolverine? Is it an 8?
8.
So that, and is Fleur de Lis also an 8?
Yeah, it is 2. Yeah, 8.
That could make another. That could come in a funny little niche situation with the extra deck, if you wanted to put some 8s in. But I'm surprised
Get to
with
the
the
extra
gamma
deck in a
that there
second, because I think you've got some fun ones there.
I'm surprised with the gamma that he hasn't got Drytron. To be honest, thought he might end up going for another synchro variant. But this is still good control. But there's certain cards that need to come out. Like you're looking at the punishment. I'm thinking if you're going control, I'd play 3 punishment, because the deck pluses too much of the sending the herald, getting the pop, getting the search. I'd rather see the trap in my opening hand in control than risk it at 2. So I'd play it at 3 personally.
Yeah. So bumping up punishment if you're going full control. The rest of it, to me, looks pretty solid. Now, the only questions I have off the back of this is there's 4 spaces left. Now, it would adapt the extra deck quite a lot if you wanted to put in the Despot engine. But would you put in Cycle?
So that's a Cycle in this, considering he doesn't play Ben, so he wouldn't be able to search. I'd put in Christia and Benten. In all honesty, you're going control. Christia, Benten are already in. We all know what Benten's like with the map. But Christia and Benten, they're no, just the one Benten in this.
Just one Benten.
Yep.
Is there enough fairies to trigger? Would you rather go for?
If he does the Maximus and Kaleidoscope, pumping out heralds, he can put 2 that way. Manju would be the 3rd, and he would have to play extra foolish burial. Actually, consistency is that.
Would you would you go vanities instead?
So the vanities off the Benton, don't normal summon, or well,
you'd have to save your normal summon.
It also clashes with the Ecclesia, because you're not going to get an extra deck monster on the field without you.
Yeah, good point.
Take the Benten and the vanities out. I think that's a bit too much of a deep thought for right now. He obviously wants to keep it quite controlled going first, not combo variants, and maybe Benten isn't the best idea.
So then what would you do? You've got 4 more spots. Would you put in more back row, another ritual spell, or hand traps?
I'd consider putting in Saravis, I believe it is, the dragon for the targeting.
Yep.
And Saravis might be a good choice at 1. SAU.
Soar. Do the roar.
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah, because it is searchable. Get rid of the targets. So if you, let's say against Sky, you search this card off the bat and you've already got what you need to go off. You'll be okay against Widow Anchor.
What year are you in, Widow Anchor?
Not Widow Anchor. That's.
Would you put in Ash? or imperms?
It's perfect. Don't want to hit those triple tactics.
Because, well, I mean, all my kind of thoughts is when you look at like Drytron and Virtual World, basically what we do when we look at these decks, we compare them to the major meta. Only you guys will know what decks you're going to be facing in your locals.
Mm-hmm.
So what we've got to try and keep in mind is, under VFD, can this current deck, if it doesn't have Imperm in, can it play? Technically not. I mean, it can wall up with Ecclesia, but even then, you still can't trigger the effects. So you still need a way to turn off VFDs or turn off Vanities. Because even under a Vanities, you can't play with this board. You can't make anything. You can normal summon an Ecclesia, search out a punishment, and then you need to resolve the punishment the next turn.
Mm.
So to me, Imperm is pretty much a must.
In this, I'd say.
Yeah, or a Chalice. If you've got a Chalice, that's the cheaper alternative.
Yeah, but I think Imperm, like you said, Imperm in this deck is going to be better than the rest of them.
Yeah. Okay. Let's look at the extras. So we've got triple Ints, double Ash Dragon, 1 Skull Knight, 1 Omega, 1 Pegasus, triple Herald, 1 Dugeres, 1 Abyss Dweller, 1 Toad, and 1 Emerald. What would you take out, and what would you put in? If any.
Might get some hate for this, but I would only play 1 Astra.
Agreed.
It's, if you're not opening up with Ecclesia or Nadir's Servant, 6 of your cards, and you've got double Ash Dragon, you need to only open up one of those cards to start going full combo. You don't need the additional Ash once you've resolved it. What you should be. Skull Knight, definitely agree with. I'm a bit confused by the Omega. Like, why has this... Obviously, I get it, you send it off punishment, but other than that, it's a high level in it. And then, I guess
you got your Gammas as well.
I guess that's his reason for the second Ash Dragon, is because he's probably sending one with punishment to pop a high attack monster.
Yeah, I mean, because what you can only really breach 25 at the moment. Ash Dragon's only 25 itself.
Yep.
So off of punishment, you're only popping something lower. But the idea is...
So you got the Skull Knight and the Ints to do the same thing.
Yeah. But the idea is that the Ints... I think the Skull Knight is non-targeting.
No, it does target. It's just it activates. You activate it separately. It doesn't go off in a chat.
Yeah. So you got the Skull Knight. I would maybe cut Ints to 2. Only on the pure fact that...
Yeah, there's no...
Like you just said.
There's no pot in it, so there's no reason to have duplicates of cards other than Herald.
Yeah.
If there was pot of
the Jar of Avarice might have been a pot of Avarice and I might have misread it, so... But even then, would you still
not with one
play it?
Not with a single copy.
No.
You just try to combo off first and then activate the pot the next turn. You were only one.
Okay.
Can you actually do me a favor and hover on the Pegasus? What is
so you put the Pegasus in the grave, and then if one of your cards, while this card is on the field or in the grave, you can banish this card, then target one card your opponent controls, shuffle it into the deck. When another card or card you control is destroyed by battle or card effect. It's a nice little sleeper one.
Yeah.
That if people don't know about and you put it in the graveyard.
Target one card. So it does target, but it removes, it doesn't destroy. So
yeah, it spins it back into the deck.
It's a good idea. Nice one, mate. That is
so you got 2 space. I mean, Emerald makes sense to me. Toad makes sense. Dweller and Dugeres both make sense.
He needs levels for, like, this is the old school
Nekroz.
You need levels for your Kaleidoscope. Preferably a 12 to get out Trish and Claws or Trish and Claws or Unicorn about. So I've always used But
what is R?
What did I always use? 5-headed dragon. I don't know why, I just did. I'd also consider an 11. I believe I used to use Starry.
Yeah. And the 11 gets you.
Brio, it'll be Brio for 6. Trish, was it Trish and Unicorn? No, Trish is. What was Stargate for again? That is
Oh,
going back.
no, that's 10.
Valkyrie.
Valken Klaus.
Valken Klaus, yeah. For the draw and the extra deck negate. No, wait, I've got it. Tatsunaka instead. Because then you can just get out of clause so you know you got a negate for next step monster.
Oh, so you just use this directly to get into class?
Exactly.
Got you.
So then you're just like, okay, well, at least I got one extra monster negate on board, and whatever else back row the Dogmatika can set up at least 2 to 3.
Yeah.
3 negates and 1 pop, 2 pop. With
That makes sense. What else is there?
It's looking pretty solid. I mean, you don't need claws at 3. And you don't need Trish at 2. Again, it really depends on how the guy wants to play this.
Yeah.
But Trish is good because target monster. How about no?
What would you put in though?
I'd consider dropping a Trish and a claws for 2 extra foolish burial.
The dog agrees. If the dog agrees, it has to happen. See, I'm not a fan of extra foolish. I hate any card that's like pay half your life points. But then again, I play a hero lives, so I can't really talk too much.
I'm not a fan most of the time, but I feel like if you're not going for wombo combo and you're going for control, you need to set up, because if your starting first hand isn't good enough, then Nekroz is a dated engine, but you put Dogmatika in to support it. I feel like you need to see those ritual monsters, otherwise you're just gonna sit on a Dogmatika engine. So extra foolish burial, yes, it has a big cost, but you're probably 25% more likely to have a successful hand with it.
Agreed. Now, what level 8? So this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking of going more aggressive. So, what rank 8s would you play?
Nekroz loses badly to spell and traps, so I'd say traps might. So something that either wipes back row. Kelly, you go. Obviously, I wish.
I suppose Ding.
Ding, you can't beat Titanic's always going to be a boss.
I really quite like. What is it? It's the. Where is it? This. The Dragula bomb. It takes up so much space.
Oh, I've got a Blue Eyes, mate. I got a Blue Eyes deck ready to show you. I've been working on it last week. I'm so happy.
So, if you wanted to put the Dragula bomb engine in, it would go into.
You have to put Prime in as well, I think.
Yeah.
Something. Well, yeah. If you wanted to put that engine in, you could also put in. This is because you're only going to be making 1 rank 8 and then special summon.
You like turtles?
Tap the game. GG will play. Put Prime in as well. Keep on the 8. Put in Prime, so you can either bring out, if you're going second, you bring out number 100. If you're going first, you can bring out Galaxy. The Prime Photon Dragon boosts 1,000.
Where's Prime?
Search Photon Dragon.
But you also have Heart Earth Draco.
Yeah, it's a white
play.
back row at the end of your next. There it is. So you just shove that underneath whichever one you're going to summon first. If you're going first, you bring out Harbinger. If you're going second, number 1.
Put in Heart Earth just for it.
Just for lols.
All right. Well, I think we've pretty much updated and nailed this one with our adaptions. If you don't have imperms, don't worry. I mean, you're playing Dogmatikas, but Take out imperms, put in chalices. It's as close as it gets. Gamma's definitely... I know the temptation of going 2 Gamma and a driver, but you have to play 3.
Also, can
you have to see it.
Search Howl. It's a trap card. I can't remember what something Howl. It might be useful.
Oh, is it White Howling? I love White Howling. Is it White Howl?
You said on Monsters Extra. No, White Howl's a new one. There's an old trap. It's like whenever you're... Oh, if you ritual summon successfully this turn, your opponent cannot activate spell or traps. Now that's White Howl, which, White Howl's obviously a good choice.
I like this one.
There is another one. I just need to... Got it in. What I'll do is I'll find it and I'll add it to the comments.
It's definitely a trap.
Yes.
Is it normal or
it's
continuous?
Ritual support. Normal.
It's normal.
Might not be.
Cool.
Okay.
Down to 55. We're doing well.
Let's have a look.
I'll put in Howl. Nope.
I'm worried it's not.
I'll let you think of that one through as we go on to the next one. So the next one Mario sent in was Drytron.
Ritual Blast. Ritual
Blast.
No, Ritual Buster.
So this one.
Yep.
Activate only when a ritual monster is ritual summoned. Your opponent cannot activate any spell or trap cards or user effects until your next standby. That's kind of cool. I like that.
Yep. It's a good option. Like if you're just looking, I want something for the back row. It's a bit slow, but look what it does. It stops them for a turn quick.
Right. Now this one, I didn't have loads of issues with it, but there was a couple of glaring changes to me. But I was like, no. So this is Nekroz Drytron. So you got triple Unicorn, triple Brio, double Class, 1 Trish, 1 Valk, triple Benten, 1 Quadrantis, triple Thurban, triple Alpha, Zeta, single Beta. This one confused me, so maybe I read it wrong.
Yeah, I think you meant
1 Vanities. Yeah. 1 Manju, triple Fafnir, triple Nova, triple Emergency, triple Prep, 1 Terraforming, 1 Mirror, 1 Kaleidoscope, 1 Cycle, 1 Drytron. Now, straight away, to me, this comes out.
Yeah.
The fact you didn't have this in, concerned me.
Elta,
both
ELTA.
Both the normal. So the fact you didn't have Drytron Gamma was quite concerning, and then the Gamma package needs to be in it because
you need Nova.
You look at this, you've got 3, 6, 9, technically 12 cards.
Yep.
Plus you've got your Brio and your Class that you're going to be activating with no monsters. This is free. So free in this deck. Straight in. Arguably, now this is only me personally.
Go on.
I don't like Fafnir at 3. Because
I feel like if you're playing
yes, it'll search you out the Nova.
It's not needed.
No, exactly. Once I've got the Nova, I get it. You want to have technically like 7 copies of Nova. But I think this is kind of a little bit better.
Yeah, especially if he's only playing 1 of the ritual spell, which I know most of the decks are, but a lot of people are being creative with 2. If you're only playing 1, why would you need multiples of the 3rd spell?
Yeah. So this will probably be more of a question for you once you've looked at it, but I get the Quadratus. This is to deal with the back row.
There's better cards.
But if I'm going first, I'd rather have the other one. Because even if my opponent wants to set 5 and pass, like my Dracoids can get rid of 2 of it, can deal with 2, and then this comes like dealt with 2 already, and then I should have already had a Vanity set up, and the rest of it can kind of deal with it as it goes.
Definitely, there's no reason to ever run that current one over better version of itself.
I mean, arguably, you don't even need to play either of these. You can keep them out.
I don't play them in Drytron.
Yeah. I mean, arguably, you keep both of these out. Because then I would also take out one of these. Not Kaleidoscope, obviously.
Looking
So
at
this
his
is what I was
extra,
going to
the only
say.
thing he has for Kaleidoscope is Unicorn.
Yeah, at the moment we'll adapt the extra so that, because I think what you kind of want to aim for is you want to aim for the ability to get out Brio and Unicorn, or
He is
Valk and Unicorn, because at least in this lineup, Valk can pop the Drytrons once they've done their effect and get you draws.
Yeah, but looking at the ritual spells, having one of each would be correct.
I don't think because I think this takes the place that you're without Shurit. This gets you your Trish. This is the only boss monster you're summoning off of this is Trish at the moment.
Oh yeah,
if you put this in, then you've got two boss monsters.
I think either the cycle or the mirror, one of them needs to go. I think
Yeah,
cycle
agreed.
stays in because you've got Ben 10, which can then bring out the Gamma to get rid of the mirror, which can bring out the Brio, and then you get your search of Ben 10, so it makes Ben 10 even.
I think other than that, the lineup or the main deck is pretty solid. It makes sense to me.
Yeah, I'd say
I think the Gamma
if
package is a
desperate,
must.
If you were desperate to get down to 40, cut Manju. But other than that, Manju is good for those hands that you don't open up well, and you can search it off the Ben 10. If you know I haven't got the extension to get into Ruler, then search Manju.
Yeah, that's the reason this guy came straight in, because what Gamma does is you get your ritual spell, you get your ritual monster, and then Gamma gives you your materials for your vanities.
Basically,
so you're just
vanities.
like, boom.
I hope that was a mistake.
Extra deck.
Yeah, so he's putting loads
he's got
Link 4s, just do good Link 4s. Fair enough.
Yeah. So we've got Borrow Load, Borrow Sword, Apollo, Ningrisu, Cerberus, Phoenix, Unicorn, Hippostogen, sorry, that's going. Link Karibo, Lyric Loose, Nightingale, Zeus, One Inst, which probably don't need, and Double Herald. So before I let Carl run rampant, we want a
relinquish anima straight off the bat. How are you going to fix those broken?
Yup. Relinquish anima goes straight in.
Oh my god, mate! Where's the Dawn Knight and the Union Carrier?
So I don't get I get why it is.
It fixes
but like,
it.
I really don't like it.
But it fixes broken hands, and it's a terrible normal summon, but it's still decent because I'm pretty sure it's when this card leaves the field.
Yeah, so it's like if this card is sent from the field to graveyard, you send one light monster from your deck to your graveyard. Now,
it's so needed.
I like the OCG version because they send Eva and then get themselves two negates.
Yeah.
But Dawn Knight, I really don't like the idea of it.
Well,
I understand it.
If you're only playing one Gamma, I feel like Dawn Knight fixes it and allows you Gamma.
It does consistently let you set it up, yeah. So, and then we need to put the Union Carrier in. Now, what else of this extra would you change? So we need to get bigger levels. So what? Quasar again?
Wait, what is that the old World Chalice Link monster?
Yeah.
Oh, be gone, fuck.
Pew!
Old bowl sword. Bowl load. No.
I mean, I'm not gonna like Mario really confused me on this one. I was like, I'm happy to help out.
Yeah.
But it slightly confused me because in the other one, I kind of thought, I was like, all right, he's gone with the old borrow load because we're trying to counter like Dragoons and stuff like that. And I say in theory because Novas are like 45 quid each. I was like, this is obviously the cheaper of the two because you haven't got to worry about Nadir Servant and stuff. And I saw Zeus. I was like, so the plan is to get two of these on board, and rather than going into Union Carrier, you go into the Lyra Loose.
No, that's generic when you've got when you've got a dead Drytron hand and you can't do anything, you've got no combo pieces. That's just what you rely on. You just sit on no, actually he's not playing the one. Sit on the bird.
So the idea is you go Lyra Lusk attacks, and then you turn Lyra Lusk into Zeus.
I'm not even going to try and pronounce this, but can you search it? Kikin.
Ki. Oh, this little bird.
Yeah, so if you've got dead hand going first with Drytron, you're supposed to just sit on that for a turn.
Yeah, but, like, why would you sit on that? Surely, if you've got a dead hand, you've had to make this with 2 Drytron. Surely you can just make it with Union Carrier.
Those the rules.
That's how it works. What else should I? You've also got to keep in mind that once you put Unicorn on the board, all of this is negated.
This is why I personally haven't put my Nekroz. I feel like they're...
Do what?
I haven't put them together, Nekroz and Drytron. I've got my Nekroz, Dogmatika, Wombo comp. I've got Drytron, pure OCG.
Wombo combo.
The fact that your best card in Nekroz Unicorn cancels any extra deck monsters.
I'm just taking
especially Bogos.
2 out because I want to put in.
What did you take out? Oh, you took Ints.
I took out Ints and Boral Sword. Now, obviously, you can put Borreload back in if you want, but I like the idea of going Brio Unicorn. I think that's really funny.
It is.
And quite effective.
Yeah, Brio,
especially when you're under like.
Two and
actually, no, I don't know if it's worth it. Because if you put your opponent under Vanities, they're not going to bring out anything from the extra deck anyway. Yeah.
I'd say it's worth it because even if they do out the Vanities, they then have to also out the Unicorn.
Yeah,
that's why. Why do we now see double VFD? Because you got out too. I'd say it's similar kind of situation.
Double VFD. What else is it going to put in? You don't really, to be honest, I wouldn't put Appaloosa in there because you just don't want lingering monster effects. The idea is you put Unicorn on there, you ain't got to worry about it.
But where's Natasha?
Yeah,
you've got all the nightmares, but no Natasha. Like, isn't that the whole point of the nightmare?
We're gonna have to cut 3 cards.
I know this is gonna be tough. Yeah, you can't. No, put that back. Put that back.
Put it back. Don't do it. Don't do it. Ah, he did it.
How did we forget that? I'm actually going through what.
I'm trying to think what else it needs.
Herald of Mirage, obviously. Herald of Mirage, like the Link 2.
Oh, the Link 2.
It doesn't play Ultimateness, so this might... Wait. No.
Yeah, but again, you've got to be very careful because the Drytron... Like, when they bring out an extra deck monster, you need to bring out the extra deck monster while Unicorn's not on the board. So you bring out an extra deck monster, you've got to use its effect, and then either use it as a beta or get rid of it.
Oh,
because then as soon as you bring Unicorn on the board,
then it's just a little 5 monster.
Null and void.
Don't make this
tough.
Easy,
I say let's put the bird in.
Let's put the bird in.
Key.
Do you want to put in Tatsunoko again for the clauseless negate?
For the
single extra.
Simple of I bricked.
Oh, don't make me play it.
Well,
I mean,
I think some of this can be tweaked.
I don't know. Looking at the main, the extra deck can be tweaked. Looking at the main 43 cards when you're playing a driver, a Dawn Knight, you don't want to see them. I think it's okay.
I mean, yeah, you can get away with 43
in this situation
because you've got a lot of search.
Because you're playing 2 cards, you don't want to open. Maybe 3, including Natasha, if you're going first.
And then you open all 3.
Yeah, exactly. So 43 cards in this situation probably isn't too bad.
Let's put potato and chips in.
Oh yeah, taste it.
Done. That's it.
When's it coming to?
Dude, what is this? Sorry, sidetracked by some rose fallen angel. Anyway.
Lovely. I think we've done all right.
I think we have. We've kind of brutalised it, Mario, so I do apologise, but hopefully it's updated for you as well. Like it kind of.
He wasn't far off on either of the builds. Just, when you pick a deck and you want it to control, make sure it's all.
Yeah, I think that's the next kind of point of call is whether you want it to be control or not. But that will then come down to the side deck and maybe the extra deck. There's a lot of little bits you can get rid of in the extra deck and just be poked out and changed around because, like I said, this is the one big issue with this type of mix-up is you have got to be very careful. Like, your stun board of Unicorn Vanities, near unbreakable. Like, it's breakable, but what I mean by like that is to break that and then do well from it, you need a lot to do. The aggression of this deck probably then falls back into Natasha Nightmare Climb. But the Gamma to me is a must.
100%.
Like this, that's what I was going to put in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't not have it in.
I mean, that bowl load needs to come out for a better link 4, but for now, I'd take out the bowl load until we've something else.
Yeah, you're just lacking your boss monster is Zeus at the moment.
Yeah.
So it's either you're going to go to the Zeus route or you're going to go
Pennies.
for the link route. But what Omega does is he gives you a card you put on the board or a card you can... Can you send it? Have you got anything to make it? You can bring out 2 Unicorn, I suppose. Send it to the grave and then spin stuff back. But I think it works nicely. Boom. Anyway, thank you so much, Mario, for sending in both your Nekroz deck lists. We hope we have helped you. We hope we have improved it. And anyone that is watching along that has any feedback, by all means, put them in the comments below. If you would like to be involved on one of our future episodes for a Deck Doctor, then just send your lists into us via Facebook, iTunes. Sorry, not iTunes. You can do it over the podcast if you want. Facebook, Instagram, or private message on YouTube. Either send us a screenshot. Ideally, if you can send us your list, that's even better. Like your actual duel book, because then we can edit it and send it back to you. As I said at the start, please smash that like button, hit that notification bell, and subscribe. Every like you provide this video shows that you are enjoying this type of content, and we'll be able to continue to do that and bring it more to you in the future. For now, thank you so much for watching Deck Doctor. I've been Dale, and my faithful surgeon has been Carl. Servant. You're my servant of Nadir. Or Endymion, whatever you want to be. I don't really care. Anyway, thank you so much to every single one of you watching at home. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Till next time, guys, as absolutely always, stay safe and happy dueling.